Listen, I know that there are seasons in your life that have you thinking that not only that God is not present, but sometimes will have you questioning your sanity and have you questioning your whole faith experience, have you wondering if God actually has a plan, if he even cares for you anymore, or if you did something that was so far gone that it got you to this place and there's no way that you can recover. We really go through these spirals. So I understand when your heart tricks you into believing that God no longer loves you, or that he's not involved in your life anymore, or your mind plays these immaculate tricks on you that get you to a place of feeling like there's no worth inside of you anymore. But listen, scripture tells us so many different things, tells us so many different stories of people who love the Lord just like you do. You know you love him. You know you care about him. You know that you've spent so many years of your life striving in your faith, trying to achieve the stature and fullness of Christ in your life. And in you, there is a deep desire to hear, well done. You know this. And yet you've gotten to a place in your life where you have confused the circumstances of your season to mean that God is no longer present, when the exact opposite is true. Psalm chapter 34, verses 18 through 20 say, "The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous." What? Take note. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. He keeps all his bones. Not one of them is broken. You see, we know that even Jesus himself said that he does not promise an easy life. He does not promise sunshine and rainbows in every moment. No. Accepting Jesus not only comes with salvation, but it comes with a loud proclamation of power being made manifest in your life. And what you need to understand is that not only God has gifted you, not only are you called to a purpose, not only does God have a plan and a purpose for your life, but in order for that to become manifest, in order for that to come to fruition, in order for that truth to be made true in your life, there are things that you will have to go through. There are things that are going to have to come out of you. There are afflictions that you will have to bear in order to bear the title of righteous. And you need to understand that these afflictions, these circumstances, are the proof by which you can ascertain and know that God is involved in your life in a way that you cannot even imagine. Why would God allow all of these things to happen to you if he did not have a plan? You see, we think of a plan to mean that we are safely transported to our purpose. We are safely taken to the place of victory without having to endure any type of circumstance that to us would feel somewhat poor, painful, negligent, unfavorable. We think that the mere act of resistance being made manifest in our life must mean that there is something wrong with us, when God is trying to remind you that there is something righteous, righteous about you. And that thing that is right about you is the fact that not only did you give your life to Jesus, but every day you pick up your cross, faithfully believing that the old you is dead and the new you is here. And yet you have to walk in it. You have to walk in it. You have to bear the unbearable steps of walking out your salvation with fear and trembling, with being able to walk out the very things that scriptures say about you that do not feel true but are. to be the king or the queen that God has called you to be. Sometimes you will have to go through the wilderness. Sometimes you will have to bear your cross and its weight. And this does not mean that God has left you. This does not mean that God does not see you. In fact, he sees you. He knows you. He knows you can bear this weight. And not only does he know that you can bear this weight, he has entrusted this weight to you so that you would bear it faithfully, so that you would come out on the other side victorious for his glory alone, so that he would be able to manifest his character, his presence inside of you, that as you bear the afflictions and the lashes that cut open your flesh, through those very wounds will enter the power and presence of his spirit to never be spilled out again. Your pain, your situation, your circumstance is the very proof that God has a plan, that he is with you, that he is taking you somewhere. So I want to encourage you today to keep walking the good walk, fighting the good fight, because there is victory in Jesus. Because even in your painful circumstances, not only is he there, but he gives you victory, even there. So I pray that God would open up your eyes, just like he did with Elisha and his servant, so that you would see that there are more with you than those that are against you. That you would know that there are things that God is putting into place for you to be able to walk in step with him. That you would remember that many are the afflictions of the righteous, as Psalm 34 says. But we also know that God is with us until the very end. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure that you hit that subscribe button for more encouraging content just like this. If you feel like you want a way to support this ministry platform, you can do so by either joining our Patreon and getting access to more content, or just by hitting that subscribe and like button. God bless you guys. I hope that you have an amazing week. Keep fighting the good fight. I love you guys. Peace.